Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I am back with another crochet stitch tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Loopy ridge stitch. I don't know what it is, but as of late I have been finding all these stitches that just remind me of 70s aesthetic. This right here reminds me of some carpet that my great-grandmother had in our original house. And it was very shaggy and whatnot, only this is far more tameable and, you know, not as frizzy. But anyway, this stitch, I really don't know what I would use it for, if I would use it for anything at all, but nonetheless, we are going to jump directly into this tutorial. Before we do, I ask that you like this video and subscribe, ring that notification bell so I can be a part of your future crochet journey. Alright, without further ado, let's dive in. This video is brought to you by my supporters over at Hey Craftapreneur. Hey Craftapreneur is my monthly pattern club, which includes my knitting, crochet, and centro knitting machine designs. Each month, members are given access to at least 2 of these designs as they are either added to the library or updated, and they will have continual access to my entire written/video pattern library for as long as they are members. Membership also gives you the title of Super Crafty because that's what you are. Members are also given complimentary access to most of my crochet or knitting courses that are published on the website. For example, I recently published a step-by-step crochet course which will walk you through all the terminology, discussions about gauge, and the actual mechanics of the craft. It is a self-paced course that is usually purchased individually, but because you are monthly or quarterly supporters, you get access to it totally free as long as you're signed up for the club. The support I get from Hey Craftapreneur allows me to continue to operate this channel and publish the tutorial content that you've come to know and love. So, if you want to support me and make cool stuff, as I'm sure you've seen under the community tab here, then consider heading over and signing up today after the end of this tutorial. Alright, let's dive into the instruction. Alright, for this stitch you want to chain in an even increment. For my original swatch, I do believe that I chained 18, so we are going to roll with 18, okay? So, I'm going to start off with a slip knot there. I know that was a little weird looking, but anywho. There we go. One, two, three. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 18. Alright, now that I have my 18 stitches, we can start our foundation row. So we are going to double crochet into the 4th chain from our hook. So not this active guy here. There's 1, 2, 3, and into this 4th one we're going to yarn over and double crochet. I do want to mention that this is a 4-row repeat, so the foundation row doesn't really count actually as our row count. Alright, we are going to then double crochet into each chain along. Got a little ahead of myself there. So you should end up with 3 less stitches than you had with chains. So in my case I had 18 chains. I should end up with 15 double crochet going across my foundation row. While this stitch is relatively easy, if you are new to crochet, I have a brand new crochet course that is living and expanding constantly. So if you'd like to check that out and become a member, you can find that over on my website, InfinitiCraftingCompany.com. So after this video is over, you could head over there and it's right on the home page. You could click to find more details. Alright, making that last double crochet there. And we are now going to start working on our first row of our 4-row repeat. So we are going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. And now we are on the wrong side of our work. We are going to work in the back loops of the stitches that we work into, and I'm going to single crochet into the base of this chain 1, so our first stitch, working in that back loop only. I'm going to create a single crochet. We're now going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I want to say that tension matters here. The looser your chains are, the more kind of fluffy and frilly these loops will be, and vice versa. The tighter your tension is, the more uniform that they will be, kind of like the swatch that I showed you at the beginning of this tutorial. So I'm nothing if not consistent here with this tight chain. Alright, now we are going to single crochet into the back loops of the next 2 single crochet. So we're not skipping anything, we're just going to go directly into those back loops. There's 1 single crochet, there's 2 single crochet. Alright, now we are going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, and again, this is our repeat for the row, so we're going to single crochet into the back loops of the next 2 stitches. There's 1, there's 2, all the way across our row. And when we get to the end here, we're going to have this little end stitch here, so you're just going to chain up 7, 5, 6, and 7, and you are going to single crochet into the top of that chain 3. I like to grab 2 loops there. Single crochet. Alright, and this is the back of our work. It ends up kind of looking like this. So now we're ready to move on to row 2. For row 2, we're going to, I know this looks weird, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. And so in this stitch, I like to use my thumb to hold down these little swiggly things because it gets kind of wonky to see. But anyway, we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, okay, and then we are going to chain up 3, and this does count as a stitch. Now we're going to push these loops to the front, and we're just going to go ahead and work into the back loops of these various stitches. So there's 1, and you want to maintain your stitch count while you're doing this. It's very easy to add stitches where they don't belong. But I'm going to work into the back loops, with double crochets, I'm going to work into the back loops of those single crochets from the previous row. So there's 1, and there's 2, okay. You just really want to look and make sure you're not, like I said, adding things in. So we're going to come over here to this next 2 cluster, and we're going to and then we are going to work our last stitch into this little single crochet from the beginning of last row. And I like to do a quick stitch count. So again, you remember I said I had 15, so I should have 15 now going across this work. So there's, including the chain from the beginning of the row, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then I just made number 15. Alright, so now we are ready to move on to row 3. For row 3, we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to turn our work. Now for this row, we are going to skip this first double crochet or the base of the chain 3, and we are going to work through both loops of each stitch. So we're just going to work into each stitch with a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, Alright, and that is the end of row 3. Now for row 4, I'm going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn my work. We're back on the front side of the work. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to simply double crochet into each stitch along. Again, skipping the base of the chain 3 or the first double crochet of the row. We're going to work into the next stitch. And so on and so forth to the end of the row. And making this last stitch into the end, to the top of my turning chain from the previous row. And this is what this looks like. So in order to continue this pattern, you would simply repeat rows 1 through 4 over and over again until you reach the desired length of your project, and eventually by doing so you'll end up with rows and rows of fabric with these little shag loopy things on it. Now I feel like perhaps this is a good alternative to fringe, maybe used on a wrap of some sort. To be honest, like I said at the beginning of the video, I really have no idea what I would use this for, but nonetheless, it's kind of a fun, spontaneous type of stitch that you may enjoy having in your arsenal. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, again, don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and let me be a part of your crochet journey going forward. And I will be leaving a couple of recommended videos at the end, so stick around for that. And until next time, happy making.